We here at MEOdyssey love us some Mass Effect.
But not just Mass Effect, we're gamers, so we think it's time we spread our wings and explore some of the aspects of gaming we love.
So what does this mean? Well, we'll be covering some more of the RPG franchises we love, as well as looking at some future releases coming up. And of course, lots more Mass Effect.
2017 is going to be an interesting year. And let us say a huge thanks to Amy for providing all this awesome artwork you'll see on the videos and on the channel. Be sure to check out our channel and our Twitter and give her some love.
Hey everyone, what's going on? Ash here from MEOdyssey. It's 2017, we're back after a 2-week break, and what better way to start off the new year than some news on Mass Effect Andromeda? Over the last few weeks, any new details slowly calmed down over the festive period, but as the year drew to a close, some interesting things came to light. So let's all get caught up and see what we have. PlayStation UK magazine were invited to view parts of Andromeda and has some interesting tidbits to write about. They got to see and play several environments, many of which we've heard about or seen over the last few weeks, but one level in particular caught our eye, and it was called Habitat 7. This is probably a good time to say spoilers if you don't want to know about an early part of the game. Habitat 7 is described quite simply as hell. It describes jagged rocks, dark surroundings, with thunder and lightning crashing around. All this coming after our shuttle crashes out of the sky with us and our crew on board. We think this is something to do with this scene from the cinematic trailer, and also this scene from a much earlier trailer. We'll also get our first chance to see the effect of environmental hazards during this opening part of the game, with this particular planet having lightning as its main hazard. We've seen elements of the environmental hazards in the past through the gameplay leak, and in that particular scenario it was a deeply cold Arctic type planet. But it's going to be really interesting to see what other hazards we can expect on other planets in Mass Effect Andromeda. Be sure to check out the PlayStation UK magazine article if you can, as it's a pretty good read. On January the 4th, BioWare will be showing some more environments and gameplay at the Nvidia CES keynote. Not much else has been revealed about what exactly will be shown, but it seems that the devs are interested to hear our feedback on it. There hasn't been any mention about whether or not there will be a live stream, and the link provided in the tweet goes to a Facebook post with a few more details. We'll let you know on our Twitter as soon as we know if there will be any streams of the new gameplay, so be sure to follow us on our Twitter @MEOdyssey to keep up to date on any breaking news or details. Just prior to Christmas, Kotaku got to speak to Mike Gamble, and he opened up on the way BioWare are implementing multiplayer into the single-player story. Since Mass Effect 3, people weren't exactly pleased that they had to play a bunch of multiplayer to be able to get the best possible ending in the single-player story, so BioWare are changing things up this time around. Gamble said that while Andromeda would ship with a strike team system that was integral to the overall multiplayer experience, your progression in the multiplayer is not required to progress in the single-player campaign. Mike Gamble is quoted as saying, "There's a system that we use called the strike team system, and fundamentally it allows you to go between single-player and multiplayer within the game, and it's packaged around a meta-story of what's going on in Helios." It was also added that this meta-story can be completed without playing multiplayer at all, but Mike Gamble said that it's pretty seamless to switch between single-player and multiplayer, although when asked further on how seamless going between the single-player and the multiplayer really is, Gamble said that the transition wasn't instantaneous, but you would not have to quit out and go all the way back to the main menu to start playing multiplayer like Mass Effect 3. Gamble said, "I can tell you that there's a loading screen, it's not entirely seamless, but it won't require you to stop your game and restart in a different mode, because narratively it's all connected, it makes a lot of sense." There's also some details about how worlds are being fleshed out, but because this article is actually a pretty good read, we encourage you to go check out the article, for which we'll leave a link in the description down below. That's all the news for this video. This will release the day before the Nvidia keynote and the new gameplay reveal, and we'll be covering all of that, so be sure to keep an eye out for that on the channel later this week. We also hope you like the new look of the videos, the channel and our Twitter page. If you watched a little bit at the beginning of this video, you'll see a few details about this new look and about the artist who very awesomely helped us out and added some life into the channel, and also some new games that we're going to be covering in the future. Of course, these are just a few of the games we're going to be touching on. We're going to have a lot more fingers and a lot more pies in terms of games coming in the near future. Thanks for watching. As always, you can subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all things Mass Effect, and you can help the channel to grow by sharing the video too. We'll see you again very soon.